Coastal Carolina Chanticleers and the Old Dominion Monarchs here on ESPN+. 3-4 in Sun Belt play. And the story for Old Dominion so far this season, plenty of road trips, but they have found success mid-May night. Bodine will watch that one go low for ball 2. Bodine leads the team amongst qualified batters when it comes to the average, a .332 hitter on the year for the junior catcher. And he fouls off his first strike. And the count goes to 2-1. Just I mentioned Holman, the 9-hitter in the lineup for Old Dominion today. Bodine, the leadoff hitter for Coastal Carolina. Just interesting fact there about where the catchers are slotted into this lineup. Now it's Sebastian Alexander hitting second in the lineup. Great speed for him when he gets on the base paths. Has an early 2-0 count. And right on cue, Dylan Brown gets his first punch out of the evening, 2 away in the first.
Third baseman number 5, Walker Newcomb.
A big opportunity here for the southpaw pitcher for Old Dominion, going against the number 11 ranked team in the nation. Not an easy task, but a big opportunity for him here. And Dylan Brown, who goes 1-2-3 to start off the series. And now all eyes lock in here on Cameron Fluke, the right-handed sophomore pitcher. He has a 5-1 record on the season, making his 13th start of the year for Coastal Carolina. In his 66 2/3 innings of work, he's allowed 54 hits, 25 earned runs, has struck out.
Number 21.
Quick reaction right there from Fluke, doing on both ends. If you want to get a good start on the mound, you got to play some good defense on those hot shots up the middle, and he makes great work of it there to put one out on the board. Now here's Scotty Young, the left-handed hitting left fielder today, making his 20th start of the season. The senior batting at a 2 on the year. And the first pitch will just be high. No look down for a check swing. Coastal Carolina dugout's looking for it, and eventually he says he does not go. Chanticleers there were like, are you going to at least check in on Cedric Coleman and see what he said? And it was delayed, but it's a 1-0 count. That time he does. Blake Barthel, the junior, hitting .275 on the season, making his 53rd starts. This pitch will go just to cause him to not see much action in the back half of the season and hasn't really seen a full season of experience here in 2025. Swings at the hitter's pitch and misses for strike 2. Redshirt senior. He's a highly touted recruit for the 2023. The 1-0, this is low. Runner takes off and Holman won't throw as he'll just hold on to it. And Chad Bourne advances on the ball in the dirt and moves into scoring position. Brown has gone low with a few pitches here. Do enough here as Waters are going to fire on home. Pretty good throw, but not enough as Bourne will tag up from third and score the game's first run.
The shortstop, number 10.
Had a one hop right in front of home plate, but for that situation, Pato got enough underneath of it. Baseball, the accelerated velocity. And Fluke definitely has an edge with the height, as this one is a slow dribbler up to second. Charging his bar throw, and his throw to first is in time for out number 2. But speaking there, batting 6th in the order here today for ODU. 2-2 pitch. This one will just go low. Everyone in gray thought it was strike 3. But 2 excellent takes there from Aiken has him at a payoff pitch. That's why he's the DH, folks. He has that great eye. From Dylan Brown, the first run of this game came from a 3-2 walk and then a couple of advancements on some pitches into the dirt, and then a sacrifice fly brought them home. So it hasn't been Coastal Carolina's offense that has picked up steam so far, but they do have that 1-run advantage, and we'll see the 8-9-1 part of the order. Colby Thorndike, the first baseman for tonight's game, will second time today as he takes that first pitch for a called strike one. Grounded out to Kyle Edwards. It was probably one of the best defensive plays we've seen so far in this young game. So we'll see if Coastal Carolina can get a little two-out rally going here as Sebastian Alexander will climb on in. Struck out swinging in the top of the first inning. Board here, as you see the 7, 8, 9 part of the lineup is coming up. You really want to find ways to beat good teams. You need to find a way to get through the starting pitching, but it also can sometimes be a group of batters. So the replay station is right behind home plate. So our two umpires will go there and discuss things over. So if the play stands, it's a double for Kyle Edwards, which will be his 11th of the season and could produce a spark here for the Monarchs. We're both searching for it, but eventually it hit the ground. And a review says it's going to be a double. And like I was saying earlier, I think that is the right call. It looked like it just landed on that right field foul line. A couple of Chanticleers went over to the spot and they were looking at it. Teams do their part. Coastal Carolina gets that first out. And the Monarchs move the runner from second to third in the form of Kyle Edwards. And now the number 9 hitter for ODU. It's Evan Holman who is stepping on in. A great defensive play to end the top of the third inning where he threw out Caden.
Center fielder number 27, Hayden George.
And now at the top of the order coming up for the Monarchs, we'll see what they're able to do with one out here. First pitch is taken for a called strike by Caden George. Two runners on here for Old Dominion.
Number 2, Luke Waters.
Sometimes you have to have a couple of tricks up your sleeve, and that's what Scotty Young did right there. Bunt down that third base side, and Mitchell was quick to it, but just on that transition, couldn't get a good feel, which would be his second triple of the year, and RBIs number 31 and 32. We've really had it all here in this bottom of the third inning. Swing and a miss there from Alexander on the breaking ball. You see, this is the kind of game that you have to go your way if you're Old Dominion. This one just missing outside there. Pitch will just miss there on the outside. A couple good takes here makes it a 2-1 count. Walker Mitchell, one of the best, been around a pretty good area, still in terms of 275 coming in today. Not like what we saw in the first two seasons for Barthol, but still a pretty impressive mark to have as he sees this pitch go upstairs to even it up at 2-2. I mean, that's the reason why he's hitting cleanup here for the number 11 team in the nation. With those 12 home runs, finished second on the team in terms of batting average at 287. And this year, he's trying to really find this is their ability to get on base with walks. They have the 5th most walks across the Sun Belt Conference. A very good team in the batter's box of know when to take. As this pitch will just miss the zone for ball 2. A perfect example of that right there. Bodine thought he had strike 3, but Aiken was able to sit on it and brings it to an even 2-2 count. Kyle Edwards with an on-base percentage around a 379. on the year, and dangerous when he does get on base, but Fluky will not give him the chance. Strikes out Edwards, and for the third time today, 2-2 count, and a swing and a miss. And Ben Moore has his second strikeout of the evening. Now there has been some big at-bats so far today for Coastal Carolina, but this one might be the biggest here. It's a number 9 hitter. You have an opportunity to extend the inning with the top of the order coming up, but Ben Moore with back-to-back strikes has skies in an 0-2 hole. First pitch deep. They rank 3rd in the nation in terms of ERA at 3.34. And George will reach out to bunt and just had a little bit too much airtime to the right for it to go foul for strike 2. Now we know that George has that speed. We just read off that stat for being 13 for 13 on the runners on a bunt play. But if it worked once, maybe you want to try it again. This one goes inside in the count at 2-0, and a pretty good at-bat start here for Scotty Young as Bodine will talk here with Fluky. So Teron Hammond reached on Waters, who right now is the game-winning triple, the way that he has changed up this game, but will it be Cameron Fluky's matchup to see? As the infield will gather on in before this. He's 0 for 2 on stolen bases. War Memorial Stadium. Bullpen starting to get a little loose for the Monarchs. But just a conversation taking place here on the mound right now with home plate umpire and Kevin. He's the fans here at War Memorial Stadium. They wanted that first out. And now a payoff pitch. And this one skied foul down the right field side. Charged the baseball, called off Moore, said, "I got this," and he followed it up with a perfect throw to Zach Glade at first. So they get one out, and now Rodriguez moves into scoring position. Similar to what we saw in the 8th inning with one out and a runner at second for Coastal Carolina. But then Alexander attempted to take off and a bit closer than that last one earlier. And even then, if you're Waters, do you try to make that catch? Or do you just let that bounce foul and not allow the runner to tag her from third when you're that deep in your right field corner? Another 1-2 pitch. Barango will sky this one up again. Dial up and get out of this top of the 9th inning and hold Coastal Carolina just 1 run here in the 9th. He'll start off by checking in on Ty Barango. If you're just tuning in, an RBI single out to center field as put Coastal Carolina back on top for the first time since they led 1-0. And another look